Shah will
Hello everyone.
after the
I
session.
couldn't hear the introduction or any piece. I don't know if I have to start speaking. If there is someone, maybe Sunil or someone, is it okay for me to start? You can maybe drop in. Perfect. Super. Thanks a lot, guys. Thank you for the introduction as well. I'm so sorry, firstly, for everyone sitting out here. I really wanted to be a part of this conversation in person. In fact, this event was recommended to me by some of the distributors sitting in the audience, right? So I was very excited to come over and meet everyone in person. But because of some personal emergencies, right now I haven't been able to make it. Definitely, I think you might see me next month at this event again. But perfect. So I'm Ashutosh Purohit. I'm CEO and founder of Yenmo. I think I have Sunil, Mr. Sunil, somewhere on the dais from my team here. I have a little different way of kind of just starting off a conversation, right? More than talking about what I am, what the company is. I try to start off with a small story on, why we started off Yenmo. And I think the theme of this event would kind of very well resonate with that event, right? This is a point of time where it became very clear to me why I should be starting Yenmo and why this is the product that I want to kind of build for the rest of my life, right? So this is a point in 2024. We had just launched Yenmo. It was probably the second week of our launch. We barely had any customers coming in because it was just me and my co-founder, two people just trying to launch an app and see if people actually have a need for this product. And back then in 2024, very few people knew about loan against mutual funds. Even today, I believe very few people know about it. Back then, it was even lesser. And what I noticed, a very surprising thing was, one of our customers, specifically the 13th customer of ours, completed the entire loan application within 7.5 minutes. And why this is surprising at that point was, all the 12 customers before that person, I had to get on a call personally, explain to them what the process is, what this product is, and then get them to complete the application. But this person just completed it end to end, no intervention needed from anyone, and within an hour they withdrawn the entire amount as well. So I was very surprised. And coincidentally, that person was our first woman customer. The 12 people before that were all male customers, and this was the first woman customer, and she did not require any intervention, right? So I ended up calling the customer that, hey, I'm the co-founder of the company. I just noticed you completed. Wanted to understand, what was it that you needed money for? And she was silent for a couple of seconds, and then she started crying. And I was a little taken aback, right? Like, hey, I'm not sure how to handle the situation. Like, hey, maybe I called during the wrong time. Is everything okay? Should I maybe call back? And she said, no, I'm so sorry. The reason why I'm crying right now is because I'm a little emotional about the whole thing. And I don't think you understand how your product has affected me. So I was a little curious, and I kind of dug into the backstory of us. So the thing with her was, she and her husband had started off. They had a 2-year-old kid in a couple of years back. They started off an SIP in the name of their child, and they wanted, when the child grows up, they'll kind of liquidate those investments and pay for her college and whatever she needs when she grows up. Unfortunately, the husband passed away maybe a year or so after they started that. But she still kept the ritual of putting the SIP herself, right? So she started to raise the child as a single mom, continued the SIPs, and now the child was around 6.5, 7 years old. And unfortunately, she was in a situation where she was in a money crunch. She'd taken personal loans, she'd asked people, family members for money, and then she was still short. And the only way out for her was to sell the mutual funds that she thought that she put in on behalf of her child. And for her, it was no longer just these are mutual funds I've invested for 13% CAGR, and I'm looking to beat inflation. There was none of that. The fund was simply like a place where she has put money for her child, right? It's a very deeply emotional bond with the money rather than anything financial running in the background. So for her, selling that was much more like it was a very, very sad event, right? So she had no other option. She was like, I was on the verge of just selling those investments because I'm in a place right now where I needed that, right? And by a stroke of luck, she saw our LinkedIn post because we put a LinkedIn post on when we launched the product. And she was so excited to try it out because she she was hoping there was a way in which she could stop, not have to sell her mutual funds, and still get the money. And then in that excitement, she completed the whole process. She's like, I honestly haven't even read what your terms and conditions are, if you're charging me any random fees or anything like that. I just completed it because I couldn't believe that this is something that exists. And with the money in the account, she's like, I am now in a place where I've been able to, keep the funds that I had planned for my child, and also have now, kind of stabilizing my financial position as well. Uh, and it was kind of very, the thought process that happened in my head that time was, prior to that, me and my co-founder, I think the people we were kind of trying to hire, we were always thinking of this as purely a business thing, right? People are in it for the money. Our pitch was always, hey, the markets are growing at 14%, you should take a loan at 10.5, 10%, it's a no-brainer. And from there, we shifted our pitch post that conversation to, hey, you might have a goal for your investments, and you never know when you need money. And to preserve that goal, this is a kind of tool that we're offering, right? So we're no longer just doing a business. We're trying to deeply solve something emotional that happens with people in their everyday life, right? So that is one of the stories that has deeply stayed with me, and I keep passing this on. If you talk with any member of my team, they would have heard the story from me 100 times. And I tell that here just to set the tone of why we started this whole company, right? It obviously started initially with just a business idea, but then slowly evolved to become something that we realized customers deeply want. At least for some customers, it's more than just a financial tool. It is a deeply emotional tool that helps them achieve their goals in the long term. So with that, a quick introduction about myself. So yeah, I'm Ashutosh. I graduated from BITS Pilani and worked at Swiggy, was heading their expansion team. When I joined, Swiggy was live in 30 cities. By the time I exited, we are at 500 cities back then. Left that, joined Navi. This was my first exposure to the mutual fund world. Joined Navi, headed the whole mutual fund business, was heading the product team. All the products that you see on Navi Mutual Fund have been launched and conceptualized by me, including, I think, one of the most prevalent ones is the Total US Fund, wherein we got Vanguard to India. And then post Navi, I started off this company, Yenmo. And with me on the dials, I have, I think, Mr. Sunil Shah. He's an industry veteran, I think over 35 years of experience in the mutual fund industry, and he's a magician, I would say. His magic trick is if you have a conversation with him, he will figure out some connection with you. I don't know how he does it. So after this call, please do have a chat with him. I'm 90% sure he will figure out, some mutual connection between the two of you guys. So that's a cool background. And our company, obviously, what we do is we offer loan against mutual funds, stocks, and eventually we'll add more asset classes to it. But the idea is we want to become a company where you can keep any asset that you have, you can bring it to us, and we'll be able to hold that asset as a collateral, and then offer you a loan or a credit line against that asset. Like gold loan, home loan, all of those secured assets, we want to do that for all digital assets that are possible. So we started with mutual fund stocks, we're going to go live with insurance, digital gold very soon as well. I think one of the key things that we've been differentiating ourselves, because there have been obviously a couple of more companies that are kind of going live in this sector, is one is we have the best in class interest rate in terms, right? Our interest rates start at 10.19%. We have the lowest processing fee and highest payout as well. So at 10.19%, we offer a 0.5% trail. And all of this can be customized. If you go more than 10.19%, the trail increases. You can go even lesser than 10.19 by cutting down the trail. So there's a lot of flexibility in the terms that we offer, but hands down, we'll be able to offer the best terms that are there in the market right now. The other couple of things are that we've kind of built this whole product extremely distributor first. Prior to, I think, Jan or so, we were mainly being focused on B2C market where we were acquiring customers directly on our platform, and we scaled that to maybe around 400, 450 crores. Now we've kind of moved into also working closely with distributors and scaling the B2B2C market for ourselves, right? The platform that we're launching for the distributors is extremely distributor first. So one of the key things that we have is we have a journey in which you can complete the entire journey for a customer on behalf of the customer. So you don't have to keep calling the customer or anything. You can pre-fill all the details in one place. And then for those of you who have already done a loan against mutual fund, I think you guys will be able to appreciate this process. So you'll be able to pre-fill all the details, and then at the end of it, you can just call the customer, and we've made all the OTPs together in the last. So in the end, you just call the customer, take 4 or 5 OTPs and done. So for the customer, it is, the distributor just called me, 1 minute, he took 4 or 5 OTPs and done. Because all the other details are pre-filled, right? So the customer does not have to wait on call, or there's no back and forth and none of that. We've also included a partner dashboard where you can track all the customer details, their funds. We also create a white label website for you, right? Where it's your branding, your logo, your color. There's no Yenmo mentioned anywhere. So the customer will feel this is something you have built for the customer, right? And we've partnered with some of the leading lending institutions. We partnered with Bajaj Finance, Tata Capital, BSP. We're also partnering with Mirai, Aditya Birla Capital, and a couple of banks also are coming on board with us. So we have a bunch of institutions. If you have any bank that is offering a better term than us, I'll be more than happy to onboard that bank or lending up into our platform as well. We kind of trying to become a marketplace where all the companies who offer the best terms for the customer can be viewed in one place. So you never have an option where the customer comes back telling you that, hey, you offered me a rate of 10.5, but there's this lender who's offering me a lower rate. All the lenders that are going to be there in the most competitive terms are going to be present on our platform. That's the kind of goal that we have in the next couple of months. So for you, it will be a one-stop solution where you don't have to tie up with multiple lenders, run around with different operation processes. Working with us guarantees that you have all the lenders that have the best rates in one platform, right? And we'll ensure, obviously, we pass on the best commercials, best. I think there are a couple of distributors already working with us. You can maybe reach out to them as well to kind of get feedback on how we generally work. So I think we've done a lot of work on building a process that seems very distributor first, ensuring that everything that we build, the customer feels that it's something that you have built for them rather than we coming as an intermediary in between. We take care of all the operational processes. If there is, we go so deep that if you want our customer support team to reach out to the customer on your behalf, we do that as well. So our customer support team will answer the call, saying that they are part of your team, if that is something that you guys need, right? If you don't want Yenmo to be mentioned to the customer anywhere. So we're extremely flexible with our terms, with the team, as well as the product, right? I think we're rapidly evolving the partner, the distributor. I think we get a lot of feedback. We're working right now with around 800 plus distributors. All distributors have some of the other feedback, right? I want this change in the journey, this change in the distributor website. We keep a list of all of that, and I think every week there's a new launch that's happening on the partner, the journey to make it even more better than what it was previously. So that's a quick brief, I think, from my side around what the company is, what we're trying to do. I'd love to understand if there are any questions. I think Mr. Sunil is also there. If I'm not able to hear, he'd be able to answer any questions that there are there as well.
Any questions?
Any questions, please?
Yeah, minimum is 25,000.
So can you explain how you are onboarding the loan process or something?
So what we do is we take the phone number. It's there. You have to just share your phone number, right? And after that OTP comes on board the client, right? Your client gives us a phone number, and the OTP comes from the camps and K fintech. Then his eligibility comes. This is what is eligible from the portfolio. Sorry. But Volt is what now? Volt is whatever by DSP. So they can only offer you DSP. So we have multiple lenders like Bajaj, K fintech. Two banks are coming. So your client will have an option like who is giving the best eligibility, they'll get better price. No, for right now they're freezed because of this very volatility. Yeah, it's a matter of time. It should be opened up. Yeah, we were giving, but because of this huge volatility, they have stopped for some time. Yeah, otherwise yeah we were. That is it depends on NBFC's compliance, right? ELS is not there. Then they have their own compliances. That's why sorry. That's probably because of their compliance, right? Because they have their own internal compliance. So they take a call whether should we give this or not. So that's why when the no. That's why when Ashutosh told that you can take all the details, fill it up, and when the OTP comes, that's when the eligibility will show it up. There only to show you, okay, this is what you are eligible for. Then you can tell your client, yeah, this is what the eligibility is. The other thing what we can do is suppose your client. Point taken, I will point taken. One more thing is suppose your client wants 2 crores going further, right? We can open an OD line for 2 crores. Right now you might not have that. So today he's got 1 crore, right? So we can open that extra 1 crore and keep. That facility also is available for us. Down the line he might bring in some. So he did not have the processing fee pay again. So we can open the door. That facility also is available with it. Sorry? Interest rate? 10.19 as of now. Yeah? So as and when your RBI, there's a change in rate, will be applicable to your clients also. Whether they go up or down, same thing will be applied to your clients. The OD line is open for 3 years. Yeah. Processing fee is 1,500 plus GST for 3 years. And we don't charge you any other fee. And n number of times when he does withdrawal, not facility, we don't charge you anything for it. For 3 years, one-time fee of 1,500 rupees plus GST. Yeah. And suppose his eligibility is 25 lakhs. Today he takes 10 lakhs for a day, 2 days, and he put back. We don't charge anything. Only interest is charged on 7th of every month for the utilized amount. If you make sure that interest amount is there, it will be debited from their account. That's what, yeah. See, we have multiple lenders and few banks coming in. So probably a couple of banks are coming in next month. So your client will have options who is giving a better rate of interest. Sorry? It's 45% as per 50%, but we give 40. We keep the 10% buffer, and in debt it is 75 to 90% as per RBI. I think it's going to be increased. That's the roundabout thing. Could be 75%. 75%, I think. Sorry? So good question. So what happens when the markets are we keep that 10% buffer, right? Though it says 50%, we give only 45. We keep that at beyond 10. So there will be a call from our team or the Bajaj team or where saying that we give a week's time or time, say either you give additional securities or you bridge that proportionate loan what is shortfall. Sorry? Yeah, but you have to come to that RBI norms, that 45%. So you have to bridge that or add additional security you have to give us. You will have 1 week, 10 days time to bridge that differences. Yeah. No, but individuals, HUF, companies, yes. Only non-corporate, it'll be offline, no, that you will need documentation. That will take couple of days. If it's individual, non-demat takes few hours. Demat takes one more day because we need one.
Sir, 2 minutes more, sir.
Yeah.
We will take another 2-3 questions,
Yes,
then we will close.
NRS, yeah, we give for NRS. .5% trail, Ashutosh just told, right? On the utilization amount. Suppose the OD is for 1 crore and utilized only 20 lakhs. So the purpose of 20 lakhs, on the utilized amount you get your brokerages.
Also to expand on that point, while the trail act, so the interest rate is 10.15%, we give a 0.5% trail on that. We also have flexibility as if you want to charge a higher interest rate, you can make more, right? So we share whatever you do above 10.19, we generally do 50 to 60% of that delta, we pass on again back to you. So if you feel the customer, you've put in a lot of effort this customer and there should be slightly higher payout, you can charge a 10.4, 10.29, 11%, and accordingly, your commission also. This is similarly also on the processing fee. At 1,500 plus GST, we pass on to everybody. Anything that you do above, and we generally pass on 60 to 70% of that as well back to you. So if you feel again there's a lot of effort, that's the last ticket price. It's a 4 crore customer, maybe you can charge a 10,000 or 15,000 processing fee because your customer has had to, your team has had to go to his house and get the document signed. In case there is such, that's it. You can tweak all of that to ensure the payout will be increased accordingly. So you have the flexibility to make changes into the interest rate processing fee, and all of those changes will also reflect on the payout. So right now you might have to jump to, we give a dedicated RM for every person and manage on a platform. So you might have to reach out to the RM and tell him the change. Eventually, I think next week or so, we are going live with the product in the partner dashboard, which is the dashboard that we built for you. You'll be able to make those changes right at the dashboard and you'll be able to see. So you don't have to reach out to any RM as well. You can, for every customer, decide what the interest rate processing fee should look like, and then you can complete the entire journey on that. So,
Just to add one more last thing, just as Deepak Shenoy said, we all believe in Indian story. You need to be part of this journey. So a lot of cases we are getting from the advisors saying that they are advising their client. Right now liquidity is a crisis, right? So they're pledging their units and participating in this falling market. So this is one thing which we're getting a lot of interaction, a lot of ODs opened up. So I'm just giving you a feedback that you can reach out to your client saying that, yeah, right now liquidity might be an issue for you, but if you believe in Indian story, probably if you want to, this OD facility is available if you want to get deeper. So there are a lot of our clients who are reaching out to us to participate in these falling markets by taking this LAS as a route. Right? Thank you all. Thank you, Ashutosh.
So I like to call Batma Priya as a token of appreciation to Sunisha.